James Madison, America's fourth president 1809-1817, made a significant commitment to the confirmation of the Constitution by composing the Federalist Papers, alongside Alexander Hamilton and John Jay. In later years, he was alluded to as the father of the Constitution. At his introduction, James Madison, a little, shriveled man, seemed old and worn. Washington Irving portrayed him as, however, a wilted little Applejohn. Yet whatever his lacks in fascinate, Madison's spouse Dolly made up for them with her glow and mirth. She was the toast of Washington brought into the world in 1751. Madison was raised in Orange area, Virginia, and went to Princeton, then, at that point, called the School of New Jersey, an understudy of history and government. Very much read in regulation, he partook in the outlining of the Virginia Constitution in 1776. Served in the Mainland Congress, and was a forerunner in the Virginia Get-Together. At the point when agents to the protected show gathered at Philadelphia, the 36-year-old Madison took successive and decided part in the discussions. Madison made a significant commitment to the sanction of the Constitution by composing, with Alexander Hamilton and John Jay, the Federalist Papers. In later years, when he was alluded to as the father of the Constitution, Madison thought that the report was not the offspring of a solitary mind, yet crafted by many heads and many hands. In Congress, he helped outline the Bill of Freedoms and authorize the principal income regulation. Out of his authority, contrary to Hamilton's monetary recommendations, which he felt would unduly give abundance and capacity to Northern lenders, came the improvement of the conservative, or Jeffersonian, party as President Jefferson's Secretary of State. Madison fought to fighting France and England that their capture of American boats was in opposition to worldwide regulation. The fights, John Randolph acidly remarked, had the impact of a pushing leaflet flung against 800 boats of war, regardless of the disagreeable band demonstration of 1807, which didn't make the bellicose countries significantly have an impact on their methodologies yet caused a downturn in the U.S. Madison was chosen president in 1808. Before he took office, the Ban Act was revoked. During the main year of Madison's organization, the U.S. disallowed exchange with both England and France. Then in May 1810, Congress approved exchange with both, coordinating the president, if either would acknowledge America's perspective on unbiased freedoms, to deny exchange with the other country. Napoleon professed to agree. Late in 1810, Madison broadcasted non-intercourse with extraordinary England. In Congress, a youthful gathering including Henry Mudd and John C. Calhoun, the Warhawks, squeezed the president for a more assailant policy. The English impressment of American sailors and the capture of cargoes prompted Madison to yield to the tension. On June 1, 1812, he requested that Congress proclaim war. The youthful country was not ready to battle. Its powers took a serious destroying. The English entered Washington and put a match to the White House and the legislative center. Be that as it may, a couple of striking maritime and military triumphs, peaked by Andrew Jackson's victory at New Orleans, persuaded Americans that the conflict of 1812 had been wonderfully fruitful. An upsurge of patriotism came about. The New Britain Federalists, who had gone against the conflict and who had even talked withdrawal, were so completely disavowed that federalism vanished as a public party. In retirement at Montpelier, his home in Orange District, Virginia, Madison stood in opposition to the troublesome states' privileges impacts that by the 1830s taken steps to break the government association. In a note opened after his demise in 1836, he expressed, "The counsel closest to my heart and most profound in my convictions is that the association of the states be treasured and sustained."